Hi everyone, welcome to the second challenge introduction for animation, a month-long animation challenge where I am challenging you all to learn animation from the ground up and share your stories and science. Last week was flipbooks. If you haven't checked out that video yet, go check that out now and make sure you're sharing your flipbooks with me. This week we are going to be moving on to computer-based animation. Now I understand that unlike last week, they're slightly limited this week in the fact that you need access to some sort of computer software, a computer, a graphics tablet. If you don't feel that you've got access to that type of equipment, then don't worry, you can always do another flipbook and tweet that to me. But we are going to be looking at computer animation at a lot of different levels. So if you've got access to a phone or a computer, then you'll be able to do something. There are lots of ideas for computer animation. There are tons of software out there, from free things to very expensive things. So what I'm going to be talking about is what I'm going to be doing this week, or what I plan to be doing, and some ideas for you guys to go and look and see what fits into your best category. I then want you to comment below and let me know what you're using or thinking about using, and I'll put together a video of the best and worst kind of software that we can use, and after you guys have used it, so that I can kind of see what you guys have access to for future. I am planning to use my iPad Pro, and I have a program on there called Procreate, which has recently come out with an animation setting too. I know this is very specific to people with iPads and Mac users, so I understand that maybe not everyone will be using it. I highly recommend this bit of software anyway if you have an iPad Pro, but there are tons of other options out there, and there are tons of different animation styles. I will be using Procreate to do almost like a flipbook but digitally, where I will be able to hopefully refine an animation more, maybe make it a bit more story-like and include more of a background, so that I can put this comic animation in a marine setting. But there are different types of animation out there as well. You could do vector animation, which is looking at moving more solid shapes rather than drawing it out and animating something like that. You can do, there's programs out there that allow you to animate stick figures, animation softwares that have preloaded animation models where they're already drawn, the characters, and then you can just move them. You can do something really simple, which is what Tim Pons has done this week, where he has drawn on paper his kind of process. He's taken pictures of how he draws at different stages and kind of put that together on the computer and made a GIF out of it, so that it's kind of animating how he draws things. To do that, you only really need a camera on a smartphone, and that still counts as a computer type of animation that you can digitally share what you're doing. There's also obviously the top-end, high-end Photoshop Adobe series. If you have that and you will be using that, I'm really grateful if you could share what you're doing. It's something that I'm not really too familiar with, but I know it'd be useful for a lot of people to see, and I know you can do some really awesome things on there. So if you're using that, let me know and share it. You should also check it out because a lot of offers and student deals are on at the moment. Things like Adobe and that are giving away free trials of their software at the moment, so this is the perfect time for you guys to delve into that world and to try it. I'm lucky in that the iPad Pro has a touchscreen, so you can draw straight on it with an Apple Pencil. There are some computers that have touchscreens, like a Surface Pro, where you can draw directly onto the screen. Using a mouse on a computer might be a bit frustrating, but it's totally doable, and for years that's what I used when I was going through school. But you can also get hold of something like a graphics tablet, which you can see is obviously well used and worn, and that allows you to draw on basically the surface of the graphics tablet, and you'll see it on your screen. It'll cost you about £30 to £40 for a basic one, way up until, you know, the thousands, but there are accessible and cheap basic ones that you can get that work perfectly well and perfectly reasonably. So if that's something you want to invest in, not just for this challenge, but to help your animation and art moving forward, then I would recommend that, and I've always used bamboo tablets, which I think are really good. A key focus with this week, compared to the flipbooks, is we can make it a lot more refined. and it can be reusable. If you're a scientist who's studying something, maybe you could animate your own science and you could use this animation in your presentations moving forward. Or maybe you've got a story stuck in your head, some funny cartoon that you want to bring to life. This is our chance to really refine, put it in a setting, put it in a scene. We can add colour, we don't have to add colour. There are lots of different things that we can do with computer animation. In fact, the possibilities are pretty much endless. And it will save some time because we can cut and copy and paste. Whereas in traditional animation, in flipbook animation, you have to keep redrawing it. So this week, I really want you to push the boat out, come up with some imaginative ideas and do something fun and creative. And don't be scared by whatever you choose. Just go for it full out, because a computer animation, this is your chance to use copy and paste, to make something really cool and keep refining and working on it. As like last week, I will be vlogging my experience learning how to use Procreate to animate, but I'll try and keep it as broad as possible and just show you the animation style so that you can still watch it if you're doing a different type of animation. Hopefully that video will be going out sometime on Saturday so that you can watch it and still have the weekend to come up and try and do your own computer animation. And this time, next Wednesday, I'll be back again with the next animation challenge, revealing my final animation. Remember guys, keep tweeting me, asking me questions, put in the comment below, let's have a conversation, make the most of this challenge and get to know other people that are doing animation, and quiz me on my own animation stuff, and yeah, let's just have the most fun that we can. Hope you have a fab week. I will see you on Saturday for that update video, and if not, I will see you next Wednesday for the big reveal of the computer animated challenge. Bye guys.